This is a guide on how Grace works, all its entities, how to beat it, and just everything in the game. So, put it down. So, firstly, when you load in the lobby, there's elevators. You can go in. On the left here, there's the smaller side. On the right, there's bigger ones. There's an 8 over here somewhere. There's this. Don't know what really this is. These are people, obviously. You can equip badges. If you go to badges, you click on any of them, and you press attach, then that will attach it. You also change the colour of your name. So right now it's black with white outline, but I'll change it to this one. Change it to this one. Then now it's yellow with a pink outline. So that's how you attach things. This is the rig. Don't know what he's doing here. He just stays here anyway. Movement, there is WSD to walk around, C to crouch, crouch animation, and you can run by holding shift and walking, and if you run and press C then you slide. That's really loud. For some reason only in the lobby though. Loud in the lobby. Anyway, lots of people would like try and get big servers, but it's quite annoying. Also stats here. This is deaths, furthest room, total rooms, times survive, etc, etc. There's a menu here which gives you settings. You can change your keybinds, sprint toggle, volume, etc, and customize. These are animations. This is the timer, and this is the flashlight. You can change different things. I think we should just go straight in. Oh. Nah, not working. Right. So, this is what happens when you go into the game. You fall down, and you load in. Give it a moment to load. Okay, it's loaded. So, when you load in, you'll immediately be told to crouch to get into here. These are switches. You walk into them, and they turn on. And it opens the door. You can these are doors you have to slide through. It gives you this note which says they're jammed, kick them open. So you have to get some momentum and slide. That's sliding. Of course, this is a game about speed running, so we have to go fast. Well, we will, not right now. There's a few different rooms. This is a locked room, you have to hit all of the switches. There's also this note which tells us about the first entity. Run onwards, you'll find a spot. If you keep running, then once you open door 14, it will spawn Carnation, which is basically rush. You run onwards, you keep running through the doors until you find a hiding spot marked by a white light, and it looks like this. This is a hiding spot. And he's left. So the layout of this room is very important because people often die in this room. When the entity comes, he will run in this direction and go through the door. If you go in here, this is a hiding spot marked by the white light. There's a hiding spot here. But if you go through this little side gap thing, then you will die because he comes here and goes through. So you have to wait in this little area. If we keep on going onwards, then we will encounter the first exit. This is, I guess, like a trapdoor. You open it and then you have to go through. When you're actually speedrunning, you have to go through that fast, otherwise you die. So at speedrun time, I will try and explain things fast. So we have to run. It plays music, and basically just run. It's the same thing as the first bit. So we activate all the switches, and then eventually Carnation will spawn. And here she is, here they are. We go through the doors until eventually find a hiding spot. This is another hiding spot. And as soon as he's on, you can go. it's basically just speedrun at this point. Every time that you reach a new vault, which a new safe room, I'll show the next one in a moment. Sliding down staircases makes you faster, so I'd recommend doing that. Carnation spawned again, so we have to go fast. This is another hiding spot, you have to slide down here. People often die here because they get confused, they don't see it. Anyway, we've got to keep going. This is the door. If we press it, we have to go through quick. Like that. And this is the next entity, we'll get to that in a moment. This is the next safe room. Safe rooms you cannot die unless a later entity, we'll talk about later, kills you, which is annoying. So this is the next entity. Don't stare. That's very. It's just eyes from doors, basically. I'll show you that in action. We run through here, then open switches. We should eventually get to a room. He only spawns in small rooms, which I've found so far. So here, look away from him, and that's how you survive him. That's literally it. Another safe spot, same one as before. Just on the right this time. Another locked room. Again, sliding down staircases is very fast. It's a spamming slide is slightly faster. That's eyes again. Look down, and you should be fine. Carnation, so we have to keep on running until we find a hiding spot. This seems to be the most common hiding spot, but I feel as though they're all the same frequency. Another locked room. Go through here, away from eyes, and we'll keep going. And door 90 is the next entity, which is right here. Now, Carnation has spawned, so don't go through too fast or you will die to him, because he goes that way. So you have to wait. These are the next two entities. It introduces two entities now. It shows us, this is the Elk Man, I think it's called. Basically you have to go into his line of sight and then get back out of his line of sight, and that will make him despawn. And if you stay in his line of sight, he kills you. And the second one is Slugfish. You have to go to the side of the room, which I'll explain that in a moment. So I'll show you in action. Also, please use the lantern. It's very good light source. As you can see, the flashlight is terrible. Anyway, let's flip all the switches. Keep going. And I think Slugfish. Yeah, here we go. So this is what he looks like. He goes through the room, and you have to go to the side. If I was standing here, I'd die. This is safe. So keep going, and we'll see the Elk Man hopefully soon. He has chances of spawning, so you know. Carnation spawns. Keep going, hiding spot. There we go. And this is another lock room. Right. And eyes. Out of the way. And keep going. I'm trying to get the Elk Man. Don't know where he's gone. Hopefully he spawns, and I'll explain. Okay, here we go. Minus one. Right, so where's Elk Man? Get out of the way, so this guy can come through. Keep going. And as we keep running, hopefully we'll find the Elk Man. Okay, this is another hiding spot. You can actually just stand here instead of going in. There's this split room. Look down. That's the Elk Man. I'm looking at him. Get out of his line of sight, he despawns. Okay, now that's all explained, so I'm going to run. Okay, that was the exit. So now we're safe again. That was the Elk Man. You have to get in. You have to see him and then get out of his sight. And then this one you get to the side. The next one is Heed. or just the red eye. Basically, you have to keep your eye on him. Done. Until you can open the door, which is a little bit complicated because it's a bit hard to open the door and also look at him because you have to open the door when it's behind you. I'll show in action, hopefully. Yep, here we go. I press E and it opens the door. Oh wait, no, the slide door. So I have to slide backwards through it. That's quite complicated. Anyway, keep going. And that's kind of all explained, so I'll just keep running, show you some examples of how I play. And I'll wait till we get to the next safe room where it adds the next entity. You can actually go around him. That's another thing I can mention. You don't really do that if you're being chased by Carnation, because it helps you to outrun Carnation. Slugfest again. Okay, run through. Okay, here we go. Stare at him, open the door. I press E there, you couldn't tell. Anyway, this is Carnation, we have to run now. Keep running, keep running, keep running. Hiding spot. Marked by the white light. I prefer to wait until the smoke goes away. It helps you see. You open all these levers. Around. And then we just keep it going until we reach door 190. Isn't it? Yep. Okay, so we're coming up on door 190 now. 12 more rooms. There will be a hiding spot before then. Yep, here. So, there he goes. Okay, and now just a few more rooms. Oh, I forgot to mention the main aspect. There's 2.5 minutes to do, like, I think 50 rooms, I believe? Not sure though. About 50 rooms in 2.5 minutes. Anyway, that was Keyed. You have to stare at him. These are the last 2 entities. After this, I'll talk about some speedrun, like things to do that help you go really fast. This is I forgot this guy's name. Basically, it's A90. It's even got the little hand on the left of that note. You can see it's got a little hand from A90. What happens is he'll show on your screen, and you have to crouch and not move, like this. And then the last one is the raining blood. It'll be confusing because you won't see the rain, but it's just because it shows as a red fog, and you have to get under something, including door frames. And those are the last 2 entities. I'll show them in running in the actual game, just so you can understand what it looks like when I beat them. The yellow guy spawns during this pink guy, I find. So look, I crouch and I live, and there they go. Keep going, and hopefully I'll get the blood soon, which I believe I will. Yep, here, crouch under something, and I live. And that's all of the entities. I will explain another thing when we get Heed. I'll explain about the eyes. Yep, here. If I look away, I take damage. Every other entity kills you except from the eyes. Except from Heed and the other eye guy. Yep, crouch. And yeah, that's all of the entities now. That's all covered. So I will just die to give you an example of what dying looks like. There we go. It plays this tone, I guess. It's pretty low. It shows 3 random messages. They mean absolutely nothing. You may find that when you're in this, you can't move your mouse. You just have to scroll because you're in first person. It'll retry if you don't press back to lobby. So I've pressed back to lobby. I'm back in the lobby, and now to explain some different things. Firstly, stats. Okay, we covered this. But badges, I'll explain how to get these badges. Firstly, peer pressure, that's easy. Survive, yep, surviving. This one is burnout, you can actually do it in the lobby. What it looks like is you just run and you slide, and you just keep sliding until eventually you slow down. I think you have to slide for like around 20 seconds, and that gives you burnout. Already having fun, you have to look at the warning screen, which I can show if I leave and rejoin. This is the warning screen. For this badge, you have to stare at the warning screen for about a minute. For It's a Good Day, you have to survive sorrow, which is the raining blood. This happens when you die. This one is Heed. This is the one you have to stare at, the red eye. This is for surviving him. This one you have to flash the goat man. I'll explain that later. This one you survive the goat man, which again I'll explain. This is Jabwon, I think. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Survive Carnation, which is the first entity. Awuga. You just go to settings. Let me get the badges out of the way. You go to settings. If you turn this down all the way to -60, that gives you the badge. Next badge is Genesis. I think this is just for joining the game. Survive Dozer, that's the smiley face. Stimulated, I'll explain that in a minute. This is closing the warning quickly, which it's really simple. I'll do it again just to explain. Basically, you have to join the game and then immediately close the warning, and that will give you the badge. Peekaboo is surviving the Elk Man, which is one you have to stare at and then get out of his line of sight. Dapped Up is when you touch the Elk Man, which I showed you because you can walk around him. Lap 2 is just going very fast. You have to complete 2 timers, or about 100 rooms-ish, I think. Or like, maybe it's 80, I'm not sure. You have to complete 2 timers in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, and now I have to explain what Stimulated and these two are. I don't actually have this one. But anyway, Stimulated, I have to go into a lobby to explain. Let me wait for what's happening. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, so go into another round. So Stimulated. Let me wait for it to load. It's still not loading. There we go. Stimulated, you take out your flashlight, which, can I just say, is a terrible light source. So look how little I can see right now, and then look at big difference. I don't understand why people use flashlights. Anyway, Stimulated, all you have to do is just spin your flashlight like this for an entire minute. It takes a while. Hold on. Okay. Okay. And now I'll explain who the Goat Man is. If I haven't, which I don't think I have. Again, sliding down staircases is very fast. You can see that. So it might take me a minute to get to the Elk Man. On the Goat Man. Again, you can stand here and he can't get you if it's this specific room. Keep going, and now it's the first timer. Let me get past this as fast as I can. I'll use some techniques that I can explain. I wouldn't consider myself a professional, but like, I'm pretty far. Carnation. We'll have to wait. There we go. You can go immediately. Later though, I wouldn't recommend it because the fog kind of gets in your line of sight. It gets a bit annoying and you can't really see. This room sucks because you have to go down there. Anyway, I think we are getting towards the end. I think See, it either ends at 50 or 60. Okay, here he goes. Okay, it ends at 50. So, the goat man has spawned, and you'll know he spawned. Yep, he spawned. And that's his killing animation. That's what happens when you die to the goat man. If you just drop down into the hole, you will live. And that's the goat man. Back to lobby. So, if you survive him, you get this badge. If you you survive him, you get this badge, which is very easy to get. You just have to drop down. This one you have to flash him, which I can explain again very quickly. If I just run into a single player. This is a very... Hold on. Take a moment. There we go. And... Yep. You can flash your flashlight by clicking. That's what it looks like. And of course clicking and holding will just spin it. That's the flashlight. Hold on, let me just... Can I... If I press customize and I change my... Strange. Okay, anyway. That's all of the stuff you need to know. Next I'm going to show you some of the speedrun techniques. So the first thing is, if you have a long corridor that you have to run, you can actually spam the slide button and it's slightly faster. Oh, very loud, sorry. But you can spam it and it's slightly faster than just doing it normally. Also, in the lobby, this water, you can just walk on it. Also, there is, in the top right, there are keys and bricks. I think bricks are just a measurement of how many doors you've gone through. But keys, you can use them here. I have 5 of them right now. If you use them, it goes in, and you get a cosmetic, which you in customize. You obviously have you have you can change your animation, your clock, which I'm gonna change right now because I haven't had any of those, and you can change your flashlight. This is standing, this is walking, this is running, this is crouching, and this is sliding. So you can see that we can apply these customizations. For I don't have any standing ones, but for the walking one, we have tight. Hold on. We have tight, which looks like this, compared to default, which is slightly slower. Tight is just a bit faster. Next is, I believe, running, which there is. I'm using Hypergate. This is the default. Is that no? Yeah, default. This is default. This is Hypergate. Don't know what the difference is there. Locked in, and then Goober, which is the most obvious one. I'm using the stick bug crouch animation, which looks like this. Of course, if you change it to default, it will just be normal. And there's slide. So if I use default, that's what normal slide looks like. And if I use belly slide, that's what that looks like. So you can change everything. You can change your flashlight. You can change your timer. And now we're going to the speedrunning things that you can do. So I did explain that you can spam slide and it's slightly faster than just running. If you slide while holding shift, it slows down quite quickly. But if you let go of shift, just as you start sliding, it's slightly faster. See, I go quite far before I slow down compared to normal. I think it's faster. Anyway, I'm going to use these light poles to explain the next thing, which is a way to get really like far upwards, a lot of vertical momentum. The first thing is you have to use the sliding without shifting, so you let go of shift as you slide. That's the first thing you need to know, and then you have to do that while going towards something with about this much height. You have to do that and then hold space, and if you do it right, it should give you vertical momentum. If I can just get this. There we go, that's what it looks like. Gives you a bunch of vertical momentum. You shift and run, and then you press C and let go of run. That lets you slide. And then you hold jump just as you get to it. So it looks like this. And that's how to do that. I can show how you can use that in-game. It will let me. Or maybe no, that one seems to be broken. So I'll just wait for this person to leave. There we go. Hop into another one. And I am going to show you how to use a high jump. Sliding down staircases is faster. You have to remember this is where you use it. You can use it here, and you can jump over walls. And I think if you get it right, if you get it just right, then you should actually be able to jump over entire rooms, which include locked rooms. So it's really useful if you're speedrunning. You can jump over locked rooms. Here's another one. If I can get it right. That was somewhat it, but not high enough. I think I have to jump a little bit earlier. Yeah, there we go. So that's what it looks like. See if I can find the other place where you can use it. I don't think it spawns. I think it spawns after you do the tutorial. So let me just do that quickly. There you go. You might be able to do it here, but it'd be very complicated. Not much space. Anyway, I'm going to show you the first place where you can do it. That's the other timer that I equipped. Here it is. That's the first place. This is one of the other places you can do it, I believe. Yeah, that's another place. And this is the third. Those are the three places where you can do it, basically. And I'll show me doing that whilst running, if I can. Not while doing Carnation, that's really risky. I've barely escaped it. But while I'm running, I can use that, and it's just, it's more fun than actually useful, I guess. Like, yeah, it's not really, it's quite hard to do, but it is kind of just for fun. It's not very quick, it just kind of throws you in the air. And I guess it lets you skip some obstacles, but then also if you see eyes, if you see eyes while you're up in the sky, it will hurt you, which is quite annoying. I can do it here. Oh, let me try and do it here. I'm gonna try and flash the goat man. Yes! I got the badge. Right, okay, I'm going to leave and rejoin. And that is how you get the final badge, which is this one. I'm going to equip that, just because one of the harder badges. And I think that is the entire guide. There's obviously custom lobbies here. But that is generally the guide. One more thing that I will just mention. If you go into multiplayer, if you go into larger lobbies, Carnation and other entities seem to spawn not only more often, but they seem to be very fast and very hard. And it can cause like a total team wipeout quite often. It's somewhat annoying, but eh. Also, these can go when they're not full. Just want to mention that. It's only 2 people, it's still going to go. It's pretty hard to get people to do an 8-player unless they're like friends. I barely got an 8-player going earlier, and that is, I think, whole guide. Obviously, also, you've got death counter, door counter, level. Levels are kind of just like based on, I think, how many doors you've done, roughly. And they give you keys, which again, give you other things, etc, etc. And that is the whole guide. I may upload some other videos of me maybe just playing the game, but that's a guide for how to beat Grace, how to get all the badges, different tactics. Sliding downstairs is always fast, remember that. Really useful if you're running. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, possibly, maybe.